It's day 2 of Dr. Suresh Garimella's time as the U of A's new president, but his first day talking to the public in his new role.
KGUN 9's Craig Smith in Midtown on campus as the new president outlines his priorities while students talk about what they'd like to see from the new leader.
Even if you feel you may have no direct connection to the University of Arizona, there's plenty of reason to pay attention to what goes on here. There's a huge economic footprint. It is the largest employer in all of Pima County. And now we've had a chance to hear a few words from the new leader here. Dr. Suresh Garimella had the U of A band to play him in for his first public appearance as university president. He will lead an operation with a $4.1 billion economic impact, about 56,000 students and 20,000 employees. He says he'll put a high priority on campus safety, student achievement, and work to build on Arizona's success.
One of the most exciting things for me about it is what a research powerhouse it is.
He did not talk about what created the opportunity to move from University of Vermont to U of a budget deficit that ran as high as $162 million and prompted former President Dr. Robert Robbins to resign. In earlier statements, Garimella said he's confident he can rebuild U of A's finances. Even before his arrival, financial managers said they had brought the deficit down to $63 million. We asked students what they'd like to discuss with the new president. With a recent murder on campus, students are thinking of campus safety.
It's like how there was just a shooting on campus. That's pretty intense. I know there was a lot going on with things afterwards where people were like, here's where you can seek mental health guidance, but it's not very involved.
She also thinks academic advising can be too impersonal and rushed. Allison Blanco wants U of A to be known more for academics than fraternities, sororities, and parties.
I kind of wanted to turn that more into the kind of academic stand of it. I am in Greek life, but I also want it to not be the main focus of our school, and I want it to be something that he works to, improving for people that really care about academics.
At the University of Arizona, Craig Smith, KGUN 9.
And Garimella takes over as the U of A continues to deal with serious financial troubles.
Yeah, I put together a timeline of how we got to this point, a change at the top of university leadership.
Back in early November, U of A President Robert Robbins tells the Arizona Board of Regents that the university has made a $240 million miscalculation. ABOR calls it a financial crisis. In early December, Robbins tells the Faculty Senate there will be layoffs in the athletic department and ticket prices will increase after it's revealed the university loaned the athletic department $87 million to cover rising costs. By mid-December, John Arnold, the executive director of ABOR, becomes interim CFO at the U of A. On January 22nd, Arizona Athletic Director Dave Hickey steps down, although he's still being paid through March of next year. January 29th, Arnold tells ABOR the university is operating in a $177 million deficit and faces layoffs and budget cuts. After announcing he'd take a 10% pay cut 1 month later on April 2nd, Dr. Robbins announces he'll step down as president of the university as soon as a replacement is found.
A cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. Robbins is expected to stay on as a tenured faculty member at the U of A's Tucson College of Medicine.